Wrestlingus Show. Yeah, we back, boy. Wrestlingus Show. Fuck those, we annoy. Wrestlingus Show. Too hard for the meat. Wrestlingus Show. On the air every week.
It's the Wrestlingus Show. Oh, you should be joining us on our Patreon because we were doing pre-show, and I had to quickly start this show because we were getting into our shit as usual. I'm your host and your savior, actually, when it comes down to it, Faust, as a matter of fact. I'm Cab Manning. I'm along with Fausty Walnuts.
Yeah, I'm just here.
And, my disciple, as we was not fun. And,
happy WrestleMania week, everybody.
It's WrestleMania week. We're having multiple shows this week now because of this. So everything is always at patreon.com/LingusMafia. For as low as $5 whole, you get all the wrestling content your heart desires, because God knows you don't get enough on television. So you need us to wrap it up for you. And you know what? People who don't like wrestling, listen to this, Faust, because they can still laugh for some reason. There's something funny to laugh at about this nonsense. So we're going to do our bonus shows this week because we have pay-per-view. What pay-per-view is going on? I had to look at my calendar. What pay-per-view is it this week?
I just told you. Happy WrestleMania.
Oh, that thing. WrestleMania.
I think finally this week it's starting to feel like WrestleMania.
I will say, and I texted it to you, and I said, this Raw isn't horrible. I go, that's how bad it's gotten. Faust, where I go, this isn't horrible. Fuck. So I said, this isn't horrible, and I followed up with, it's just long. I'm telling you, if these shows were 2 hours, they would not be this. Yeah. It had shit was happening, and I'm like, it's fucking 3 hours. And so they beat you up when it comes to that Mania. It's going to be over 4. You go, it gets to you. It gets to me. And it's a goddamn shame is what this fucking thing is. I saw some morons when they were like, oh, it's Rollins versus a mystery opponent. And our favorite tweeter said, it's going to be Triple H. I go, motherfucker. I go, how do you not know this is Cody, for God's sake? God. And I'm sickened that it's Cody, to tell you the truth. I've been praying against it for so long, hoping it's just that he shows up on Monday, and they're like, how does Rollins take this loss now? And then he's got to go against a Roman eventually. It's just... Yeah,
it's WWE. It doesn't matter.
It really does. There is no win-loss.
The last few weeks, what's it matter? What's one more loss?
That's true. You're right. When it comes down to it. He loses every damn week anyway. So, but, all right. Well, let's get into Smackdown first and tell you what's going on here. Brock goes into Roman's locker room, and he's told, you can't touch Roman unless provoked. That's the thing now. They could go face to face, can't touch each other. So he goes, well, I feel like I'm going to get provoked tonight. Provoked. And he slams his heels on the table, smashes the table down.
Or they get that table IKEA.
The fucking Bukkake champagne shoots him in the face. He spits it out all over the fucking place. Throwing shit.
Why would Roman be upset? It's not. I mean, it's his locker room.
It's not his house.
Yeah, it's not like that's his lamp.
Yeah, I'm not bringing my TV or all that with me. It's the company's. So go ahead. How dare you disrespect my locker room, though, Fast? Jimmy or Jay, I don't know which one of them. They fight Nakamura, and I really don't care.
Jim.
Thank you.
I forget who wins. Somebody won.
I go, the bad guys try to cheat, but it doesn't work. So the good guys win. Congratulations. Brock's still in Roman's office, wrecking shit, spitting champagne all over the place at this fucking point. The Warrior Award is Shad Gaspard. How is that his real fucking name, too, Faust? Shad Gaspard. Yeah. Faust, he won. He won the Warrior Award because he told a lifeguard to save my son. Faust, I'm going to run up and down the beach, and I'm going to tell you get that guy over there. I want you to get this guy. Give me awards, Faust. I deserve awards. This guy's drowning. Save my son. They go like, sir, I've seen the color of your skin. Are you sure you don't want me to give you a hand? Are you sure?
We know your kind don't swim too well.
Your kind. We don't take kindly to strangers around here. So
I wonder what like happened. Like, why weren't they able to save him and the kid? Like,
I'm also wondering why they went to him first. Like, I guess maybe he's on the way past.
yeah.
So I'm on the way there. I might as well grab you. But I'm like, as quick as they went past him, and he's like, it boggles my mind that you could be swept out and not. Apparently this is a real thing, Faust, and like normal people can get. So I say normal as in people who swim, but I'm like, I understand when a wave pulls you down. This riptide pulls you out, and I'm like, and you just keep swimming, and it keeps on like it's a whirlpool. It pushes you back while you swim. I go. Eventually, you could kind of just swim sideways a little bit, and you get out of that, and then you go.
Yeah.
I'd be more worried about Jaws, Faust, when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know
scared
what's
to go out
under
in the
me.
ocean like that.
Fuck
That'd be where
you.
it's, it's a light wave coming in, and I want to be able to touch bottom when that's about as far as I go out.
Faust out in the fucking sea.
Bounce around.
Oh, God. Drew interview. You know what's funny is, I'll tell you a little insight here. I was told by somebody that had talked to Drew. I won't say which. I'm an heiress, Faust, to a large chewing gum fortune. And he told Drew, you need to make this match personal. This is a fucking bore. Nobody cares. He goes, you need to make a background story that you were buddies, that you worked out together, everything, and once you won the title, he stopped talking to you. And he said, because they were, and they still are, they were their friend. They do work out together. They were our friends. The stop talking is bullshit, obviously, but make it something and say, this is why they're going after me. Shit you guys don't know is we are actually friends,
it's
but
just random shit on TV. That makes no sense.
And he said, I'm actually trying to get that in now. And you did see that he said it was personal. And I go, he's going to try. But he barely fucking didn't even say it. He goes, it's personal. I'm going to wipe this smile off his face permanently. And I'm like, he didn't even get to go into they don't let you, and I'm like, and listen, if he said all that, Faust, I still don't give a shit. It's too late. If you had to have said this a while
they're
ago.
Trying to make it an undefeated Happy Corbin.
I told you they were going to do this shit. Undefeated. He's undefeated. I go, what? Faust, next time I win golf, I'm going to start yelling I'm undefeated now because it was won since. Okay.
They asked him, Drew, how is your opponent this year different than your previous WrestleMania opponents? So let me go over Drew McIntyre's previous WrestleMania matches. Okay. First one he was in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Okay.
Second one, he was on Team Johnny when they had that match.
Johnny. Oh, good Lord. Who the fuck were they against?
That was Team Johnny versus
Team Teddy or something?
Team Teddy, I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is where Ryder or Eva, turned.
Eve Torres, yeah.
Okay.
Then he was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and then he left. He comes back. Here are his three opponents.
Okay.
Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley.
Oh, my God. How is it different? Well, they fought main event guys that
now
people gave a shit.
Undefeated Happy Corbin.
I'm fighting a guy who tell a fucking joke. Faust, did you hear the Will Smith joke? I told it to Rob. I heard it online. It's a really good one, but I thought everyone had heard this before.
Yeah, there's so many memes. I'm already tired of. Unless it's a good one, because you start to see the recycling.
Well, they say, what did Chris Rock wake up with on his face the next morning? I'm surprised you had. This is a good one. Fresh Prince. Prince.
Right. Yes.
Not Prince. Prince. I said that's a fucking good one. A print on his face. That's fucking good. You didn't hear that one. He had a good golf joke though. The story of Corbin, poor to Rich. They do this whole thing again with his fucking head
He
half
went from
grown
a bum to he just had a good weekend in Vegas, and now he's just rich and he got his life back
millionaire
together.
now. I go, I'm gonna go to
Because
Vegas and blow my fortune.
Remember when he was a bum and he couldn't get hair?
$5, Faust.
I like that he grew his hair out. And he had the same shirt.
Good. You imagine they told him you have to live like this now? He's like, motherfucker.
I mean, he's an employed WWE wrestler, but he didn't have any money.
He doesn't get a paycheck. He couldn't even just take his shirt off instead of wrestling with it with stains. He doesn't have a change of clothes, Faust. He goes home, he's going to stay in those fucking underwear and everything. Now, did you notice this? They showed all this footage of him in Vegas with that buzzed shithead. Yeah. So you know it was then. All the footage of him in Vegas winning and going into Vegas and doing things. They have never showed this to us ever. Never have I seen him going through Vegas and doing all this. And they show it now? I go, they could have showed a story.
The only time I ever saw any of it was he was just posting on Instagram. And that was it. I don't think they
there you go.
Anything
I
on
do.
TV.
Yeah, it was inside. And I'm like, they didn't follow. They filmed this for his fucking Instagram. He could have been walking through Vegas and getting his first win and then piling it on and fucking graduating throughout and the next day in Vegas and going to get a haircut. What the fuck? Fucking
Getting
lazy
new
fucks.
suits and everything, yeah.
He had $5. He ended up with a Lamborghini afterwards. No more a slot machine. Corbin and Madcap Moss. Madcap tells a joke. Corbin doesn't like that again. That happens. Yeah.
So we got a pattern
that
going.
goes on. Yeah. Boy, did this ring announcer fuck up this part, Faust. And I tweeted you. I texted you about it. We don't talk, Faust, so I tweeted you. Do you realize?
Yeah, what did you text me?
I said this ring announcer gives fucking spoilers. Did you catch it?
No.
Wow.
I guess I wasn't listening. What was it?
It's Ridge, Sheamus, and Butch. They're in the ring.
Right.
The ring announcer says this, Faust, and I quote. Well, maybe not quote, but close enough. Accompanied by Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston.
Oh.
Motherfucker. Kofi comes out by himself.
That.
Guess I'm not going to be fighting you tonight. Guess who it is? It's a surprise. Motherfucker, you announced who it was. And then King Woods, he come out surprised. And Woods wins in 4 seconds in this fucking match, too.
I thought it was funny because Sheamus does his entrance, right? And it's, the big lights go out, the old alley and the spotlight on him. And then, his music's playing. Then he goes, all right, come on. He calls out Ridge and Butch.
Let's go, jobbers.
I'm like, oh, it's Ridge wrestling in the match. It's not even Sheamus. Like, Sheamus gets
doesn't even have music yet. God.
He had NXT music.
Roman's in a limo on his way to Barclays. He says, Brock, you better be out of my fucking room by the end of this. After Raw, they had Evil on? How about that? They gave a sneak one episode.
I started watching the Hogan one. I'm like, this all right. Yeah, it's another talk.
They're all, I mean,
they're good. It's like, it's nothing.
I'm up
like
to Orton.
new,
I think I'm like 4 in or something like that. Another fuck up, Faust. Did you realize this fuck up now?
Which one?
Okay. I was like, I was playing with a Rubik's Cube at this point. The graphic says Angel with Humberto. Angel with big letters.
Yes.
And it's announced the reverse. It's announced Humberto
right
with
because
Angel.
I was typing in my notes Ricochet versus Humberto.
But they had like Angel.
And then I'm like, wait, that's Angel wrestling.
Yes. And then Humberto wrestles. So I'm like, the graphic was fucked up. The announcement was right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Then they come back from a commercial, and it is Angel.
That's what it was.
It said Humberto, but Angel. So Angel, the graphic is right. The announcer is wrong.
The announcer was wrong.
Ooh,
okay.
Faust. I feel like Alan with the fucking equations going around me and hangover here.
Trying to count cards.
Angel wins with help of Humberto. So Ricochet's, nah, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
He goes,
fuck
nah,
that shit.
Fuck your life. Get in that fucking ring. Now it's going to be me and you the other one since your name was on the graphic anyway, and I didn't know who I was wrestling. So why not? And now Humberto wins would help. So now...
Yeah, Angel holds on to his legs. So he wins by count out.
And this chick who gets the kiss cam, too, by the way, she shows her titties, which is nice.
Yeah, hanging out a little bit.
She was all right hanging out. Sammy yells...
Tried to play it off like, oh, we got nobody for the kiss cam.
Yes.
And, here
comes running. Thank you. Everyone's always in the front row. Hot chicks are in the front row for some reason at wrestling. So show the real fucking creatures in the front row. That's what you want to do. Sammy yells about Johnny Knoxville. So do you think Johnny Knoxville has, like, the Jackass guys? Do they show up like Steve-O? Does he come to help? Because he's a name, at least.
I would think, since it's anything goes.
Yeah, they're going to be showing up. Someone's getting thrown on. They're going to be mouse traps, all kind of shit.
Mouse traps.
Guarantee. Faust, let's take a guess. I say mouse traps will be seen. There will be a room he gets thrown on, and he will be rolling through them, going, they'll be bouncing all over the walls.
They could do the cinematic. They could have
done it way before. You'll see no marks on him later, though. So you know it's
By the way, if you have Paramount Plus, the new Jackass is on there already.
And that's where I watched it. Snickers commercial with Corbin and Madcap. And I don't even get the joke. I'm like, what is a chef's favorite wrestling move? I understand a souffle, Faust, because they used to say, he says a suplex.
They say souffle. Yeah.
I go, what? I don't fucking, the other jokes are funnier. Why can't a bike stand up on its own because it's too tired? That's at least a good one. Okay. Pat gets smacked in the head by Austin again. Austin, I almost said Aries. Austin Theory. And then he chases him to Vince's office, and I go, oh, maybe here's the Vince thing. Maybe Billy gonna be fucking wrong here. Really gonna get it. Fatal
Did we already skip the Ronda promo where she fucked up?
Oh, I probably did, and I did not write it down. Yeah, but meanwhile, it wasn't even I'm like, she could have just kept on going.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna be the women's SmackDown champion. The SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah.
Why do we have to say women's anyway? I'm going to be the new SmackDown Champion.
Yeah, she tried to cover for herself. But I was like, you could say women's SmackDown. Women's SmackDown or SmackDown? What the fuck cared? I'm like,
you know, Vince.
I was going to say, I bet he was like, and if you fucking say this thing wrong.
I'm going to win that belt.
Yeah, I'm going to wear a belt. Fatal 4. Sasha, Rhea, Shayna, Zelina. I enjoy Faust because, like I told you, I enjoy a multi-person match because there's never a stop.
Total non-stop action.
That's it. TNA for real, Faust. Right here. Roman arrives. Oh, who wins it? Sasha wins, by the way.
Yeah, and all the other girls got involved, and it's funny because Liv's in there wearing her stilettos, like,
which
trying
is
to throw
odd.
hands.
Yeah, and what's funny is she looks whiter than normal now because she's with the other one. I'm like, is this? She has to be with her. Okay. Roman arrives.
20 minutes left in the show. So, I mean, he doesn't really need his locker room if he's only going to be
fucking like Hogan. He shows up, drinking some yellow birds and fucking walk in for fucking
they hit the
garbage.
Town of New York. They went out to that steakhouse.
Del Frisco's, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Del Frisco. I'm like, I picture him walking in like Hogan with a trash can full of fucking Miller Lights and ice. Taker, this is the greatest fight. We got to look this up. Taker to drive the NASCAR pace car. Motherfucker.
I didn't see him driving, but I saw him at NASCAR. Wearing his...
Well, he's a hillbilly.
What's that brand he always wears?
The 9 line or something?
Line. Yeah, he's wearing that.
Always with that fucking shirt. It's the only shirt he fucking wears.
Ponytail hanging down in front.
He's like Corbin. He only has one shirt. Andre Battle Royal on SmackDown, a fucking disgrace. You're a disgrace to the
you got
Andre.
Such luminaries as Finn Balor, the U.S. champ.
Who's in there, Faust? That's
Damian
any name
Priest.
because they have to win. Oh, Damian Priest could win.
Finn and Priest, and then the rest is just jobbers. I think the Viking Raiders are in there.
Oh, Faust, we will get to the Viking Raiders.
24/7 people.
And the fucking joy I had this week.
You'll have your R-Truths in there and Tozawa.
God. IC title next week and not on Mania. A fucking disgrace, Faust. A fucking disgrace.
WrestleMania SmackDown.
WrestleMania. The IC belt is not on WrestleMania.
It's against a tag team.
Wow. Okay. Great. Let's see. Roman's in the ring. Brock is not in the locker room now. And he's at a car with a pickaxe smashing Roman's car.
I don't care, man. I got many more cars like that.
What's that? What's the difference, man? You don't care. Roman says, hey, there ain't going to be no weapons at Mania. You ain't shit. And Brock heads out to the ring, smashes all the security with a fucking chair. And that's how we go off the air of SmackDown, Faust.
I hope the extras got paid extra, man, because they took a beating from Brock.
Brock is just
jumping with the chair and smacking fools.
He's a maniac. I would be like, I'd be so scared. Fuck. I'd be like, oh, he's gonna throw me into. And you see them bounce into the they don't even go through because they're just a jumble of shit being thrown. All right, Monday Night Riz. It's the go-home show.
WrestleMania Raw.
Go home WrestleMania Raw. Cole is added to commentary. And they don't even have a play. Here's Corey Graves.
Poor Corey. Yeah, they should.
Yeah, fuck off. Corey off to the side. He's he don't even have a place to sit.
They were going to do Byron off to the side, but they thought that would look racist. So.
Oh, this is Cav Manning from the Lingus Mafia podcast and host of the Wrestlingus Show. Why would you listen to the same old run-of-the-mill wrestling review show? Instead, listen to the Wrestlingus Show. We bust balls and say what you're thinking. Black shows up and spooges in Julia's face. I don't know why she's freaked out. You know this is old hat.
And that was a light one compared to what she's probably used.
Yeah. We dove deep into Aaliyah's debut. She pukes all over her tits.
Like she spit up a bowl of soup or something. Tomato soup.
What should Dewdrop's flying crossbody be called? Beware of the hog splash. Go to patreon.com/LingusMafia and sign up for as little as $5. To find out where to listen to some of these shows for free, go to Twitter @LingusMafia.